Sometimes, the most meaningful work happens quietly, in moments of listening, caring, and standing beside people when they need it most.
Pregnancy and Wellness Center of Moncton and our vision includes supporting individuals to make informed choices regarding their sexual health and pregnancy. We offer holistic care, which includes accurate information, and practical, physical, spiritual, and emotional support. We want to meet each person where they're at on their journey with compassion, without judgment, and we want to provide great love and support to help them find help, healing, and hope. We offer specific healthcare services such as sexual health testing, treatment, and education, pregnancy tests, and we also do pregnancy options support. We have prenatal and parenting classes, post-abortion support, pregnancy loss, and we also offer material supports in practical ways such as used clothes, diapers, formula.
More than an organization, it is a place of compassion, support, and hope for women, individuals, and families navigating some of life's most personal and vulnerable moments.
The center is really lucky to be able to meet people at their most vulnerable times sometimes, whether that's an unplanned pregnancy, or they're new to the country and they've just found out they're pregnant, or they don't have a lot of family support, or they're just pregnant and worried about the next step. We're able to really meet them where they're at. And we always say, like, we meet them in the vulnerability. So whether that means our material support that gives them the empowerment to be able to care for their children, if it's our education classes, empowering them to be able to actually care for their infants and their families, our sexual health services help our clients be able to make the right choices, feel empowered to take care of their own health. We see people in many different vulnerability.
When I think of the ways that we serve and the impact that we make on our families with, providing help and healing and hope. When I was thinking of this question, we have some client quotes that I think capture the impact that is made. So one client said, "I came here for my pregnancy test because you treated me without judgment."
Thinking about this question, I thought of this client that we had a couple years ago. She was in her early 20s, and she kind of seemed to embody what our center stands for. So she came for an unplanned pregnancy, wasn't sure if she was going to have a boyfriend to support her during this pregnancy. She came to see me. We talked about her options, both medically and emotionally, and what that looked like each step. She ended up choosing to carry her pregnancy, and she came to our classes, and she ended up being a single parent. So she came to our classes and met with our client services coordinator, Gigi, and during that time she was able to make a really good relationship where she said, she felt supported and she felt cared for. She had someone to bounce ideas off of, questions off of, which was really beneficial for her. And then, towards the end of her pregnancy, we were able to give her gifts to help once her baby was born. We call it like a baby shower in a bag. So she kind of went through the full scope of our center. And I have some quotes that I felt like that she said were really helpful. So in her words, she said, "Without a doubt, I don't know if I could have made it through my pregnancy without these women. If any family is in need of support during or after their pregnancy journey, I would recommend the Pregnancy Wellness Center." And then she said often when she would come to get clothes or drop things off, that she always knew that we were there to talk to her. And I know that even to this day, I think she would still believe that. And I think that's a really wonderful story of how just one meeting, just one Google search gave her a whole community of support.
And one other one, a client said, "Just wanted to say thank you for everything that you did for me and the beautiful work that you do at the center. You offered me support, comfort, and hope during a really dark and hard time in my life, and I will always be grateful." We believe that where there is help, there is hope, and constantly reminded of the great reminder in Jeremiah 29:11 that says, "I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future." So as we journey with our clients, we want them to see their value, regardless of their situation, their circumstances, or the chapters that compose their story, that there's hope in Christ.
The Pregnancy and Wellness Center of Moncton is more than a center of service. It's a place of hope, a place of care, and a place of strength. Above all, it is a reminder that compassion can change lives.